Am I being too dramatic when I'm saying that? I mean, I know what we say is the top 4 players on this Lakers team, typically, without hesitation, it's LeBron, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. I really, really believe if Rui Hachimura can have a career type of year. By the way, he's getting paid $17 million a year, so I
Right.
don't want to hear anything that the guy is getting compensated. He's got the perfect body and size for the NBA. You got height, you got length, you're athletic, you can crash the glass. Am I being too dramatic when I'm saying that I think he's such a key piece and I don't think it's being talked enough about?
Well, he could be the Lakers' Michael Porter Jr. And as all of us Laker fans know, I mean, he has shredded the Lakers in the playoffs, and there's been no one to guard him. It's been, Jokic at times has even been held in check for some games, and Jamal Murray for some of those playoff games just goes off in the fourth quarter. But Michael Porter Jr. shreds the Lakers because they just don't have that kind of stretch 4, stretch 3 to go defend him out there. And he adds you so much length that I think you just can't. You obviously, D'Lo doesn't have. Eric, I appreciate it. So he has that ability to really be a high end scorer, and you saw it when the Lakers traded for him from the Wizards a couple years ago. I think Rui you saw also takes a lot of pressure off LeBron because he can kind of play that bully ball game a little bit. And it was encouraging. And you're right, he's making $17 million a year. So it's not, he's just making a minimum deal or a couple million. It's unfair
100%.
to expect that. He's also a good defender. He's a pretty overall surrounding good player. And it was. I hope to see more of that tomorrow against the Suns.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where it's like everybody says, "This guy's got so much potential," right? You hear that all the time. Okay,
Yeah,
it's cool. Everybody knows he has a potential,
yeah.
but
When are we gonna see it?
and I'm when I'm saying about see it, I'm talking about just consistently. He doesn't need to have great games for the Lakers. He just needs to be consistent. If the
Yeah,
guy is putting if he's
15 a night.
15 points a game and you grabbed yourself 5 to 6 rebounds and had a steal or a block or one of those, had some impact on the defensive side. That's all they need from him. I don't think they need anything more than that.
And that's what we know that D'Lo, like I'm always a big D'Lo supporter. I feel like I probably am more than others, and it is frustrating to watch at times.
I
But
feel like you run his marketing campaign. Like I feel like you
yeah,
work for
yeah,
D'Lo.
D'Lo, we DM and stuff. We
Okay.
kind of figure out what his PR stuff. But like D'Lo, you know what D'Lo is. D'Lo's might get you 4 points a night, and he might drop 40. It's kind of there's not really a lot of in between. It's that, and he's kind of been that his whole career, so we know what he is. If Rui and these other guys connect, Gabe Vincent, Reeves can just become more consistent, then you can afford a player like D'Angelo Russell to kind of be a little more up and down instead of relying on D'Lo to be getting 20, 25 a night, which you wish he would because he has that kind of talent, but he just doesn't.
All right, the one guy that I think all Laker fans are very, very excited about, and want to see some more opportunities. I'm going to read this here. Give Connect more game time. Listen, he played 15, 16 minutes. I mean, for his first game, I think the Lakers have given every indication possible that Dalton Connect's going to be part of that rotation. There's nothing that led me in the preseason to think different. In the first game, he had a couple of opportunities, and by the way, shot 2 of 4, hit hit
Three was great over the middle.
hit the 3, and Lakers only hit 5 threes to begin with. He only took, I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head how many
He
threes he
was two
took.
for four. I don't know how many threes he took, but he was 2 for 4 on the
2
night.
for 4 from the field. How do you think Dalton Connect is going to, as the season progresses, more teams are going to know about him? How do you think he's going to have his impact on the team this year?
I It's kind of the biggest blessing in disguise that Bronny's on the team because Dalton Connect is really a high profile rookie. Lakers got him at 17, was being projected up to 6 overall. No one thought Dalton Connect would be in the Lakers. I remember on draft night, every single team's fan boards on Bleacher Report were like, why is this guy still available? Take him. And, fell into Pelinka's lap. It's like the Bronny storyline kind of allows Dalton Connect to just grow a little bit and become a really good player because he was a 4-year starter at Tennessee, dropped 39 points against Purdue in the tournament, went off against Zach Edey and that kind of great lineup. He's going to be really good, and it's kind of nice that he's not being asked to come in right now and be like, I need 20 points. I need 15 points. And they're just kind of letting him grow. But I totally agree. I know people are saying in the chat, like, I think 15 minutes is too low, 25, 30 minutes. He adds a lot. And I liked what
Yeah,
he did defensively the
Vlad
other.
says 25 minutes.
Yeah,
But can I tell you this 25 minutes, if you're getting 25 minutes as a rookie on a team that's expected to, make a little bit of noise, that has some pretty good depth, you
yeah.
must be a pretty damn good player. Like that's not unless you were a top 5 pick, a lot of teams will play their rookies because they're trying to sell some tickets and they're trying to hype up who this guy's going to save the franchise. Connect's not in that position with the Lakers, but if you're getting 20 to 25 minutes, I don't think people should be complaining about his playing time.
No, totally. And I think that kind of his playing time early will depend on Gabe Vincent. Does Gabe Vincent kind of become the reliable player that we saw with Miami? We didn't get to see him much last year. Obviously, hurt for most of the time. Came back with 2 weeks to go in the season and can never really find his footing. And if he struggles, I think you're going to see Knecht a lot more earlier. I think if Vincent, because they are a little bit similar player, obviously Knecht's bigger, but can hit threes. I think it does depend on his time right now on if how Gabe Vincent's playing.
All right, Marquise Cooper. I know he's a rookie, but he's not acting like one. He has 25 minutes of game confidence. I like that.
Yeah.
Listen, of all the players on this Lakers roster, Dalton Knecht is one that you could just tell Laker fans are excited about.
Yeah.
I think that's only going to grow, and I think for him, the one thing that I think is my favorite attribute of Dalton Knecht, he feels like he belongs. He has this kind of mindset of, yeah, no, this is what I do. Like, he doesn't seem surprised by it. He doesn't.
Totally.
He's a player. Actually, I don't like the comps when I hear people saying, and I've heard this. They're like, it's so great to have JJ Redick as his head coach because they're both shooters. He's not just a shooter. Like,
Yeah.
JJ Redick was just a shooter. JJ Redick was sniper, come off a screen. That was his game. I think Knecht get to the basket. I think he could draw fouls. I think he can size you up and take you one-on-one if he needs to, on top of everything else that we were talking about with his shooting ability.
Yeah. It's so exciting. I can't wait to see what he continues. And I think that you're seeing a little bit more importance on guys that played 3 to 4 years in college. You saw it with Jaime Jaquez last year at UCLA. People kind of dropped him down draft boards. It was like, well, he doesn't really do anything great. He's not some elite scorer, some elite shooter. And kind of Dalton Knecht was the same thing. You heard about he's a great shooter, but he doesn't really play great defense. And he's old, even though he's 22 years old. That was like a narrative going into the draft. I think you're seeing like taking these guys that are high upside, but that are 19 that played one and done at college. It's not even translating as much, and it's taking years to kind of get them in the league. And you're seeing a kind of reversal where it's like taking a guy who's been there for 3 to 4 years and played in big games, played in March Madness, and maybe just a little more mature body, like to just play like
They're ready. The transition is the transition's a lot different. I mean, think of a 19-year-old dude versus 23. 4 years is a huge difference of your experience, your road, the path that you took. I think that's actually a good comp here. I think this comment is specifically for you. Laker fans are silly for still hating Darvin Ham. This is so petty. They're coming at you. They're coming at you, Sam.
At me. I'm a hater.
Okay, you have your video coming up a little bit later today. What's your thoughts? We got a chance to see Suns played their first game yesterday against the Clippers. Just your quick thoughts, quick analysis. Lakers Suns tomorrow. What's your take there?
Watching the Suns last night against the Clippers, it was a lot of the same for me with the Suns. They can beat anybody because when Booker and Durant go off and they want to have huge games, yeah, that's two of the best players in the NBA, and they're tough to beat. I don't see a ton of depth with that team right now. And, that Clipper team was shorthanded. No Kawhi, obviously. Harden. I know they were juiced up playing their first, into a dome, new arena. But I don't know. I think if you simply just get Kevin Durant or Devin Booker in foul trouble early, or don't let them each get 40, don't let them each get 30 plus, I think this team's very limited. I was really surprised that ESPN had them at 8 in the power rankings and not just being a homer on the Lakers.
They had them. So if we just do the West, just because I think it's easier to kind of see where they were, I think they had them 6th in the West after Memphis. I agree with you. If you told me right now you're going in a 7-game set, Lakers or Suns, They had Golden State in front of the Lakers as well, which I disagree with. I'm with you that I think the Suns are overrated right now.
Yeah, and it's all the talking points I hear for the Lakers about how LeBron's older, why they won't win, and AD always gets hurt, and where's the supporting cast at? The Suns have no supporting cast. The Lakers have an exciting rookie in Dalton Knecht. They have a guy in Gabe Vincent coming back. Jared Vanderbilt hasn't even played yet.
You need
Uh,
Vando, Christian Wood if he could find ways to contribute.
I
Yep.
mean, the roster is so much better